Are you alright? What are you doing, boy? Wowza, boy. Can you hear that? Look at that as well. Yep. That's soon to be on our van, isn't it, boy? If you didn't want to pay 60 quid and you're a strong swimmer, there is Denmark. What if God was one of us? What a long day. Are you alright or are you all left? Welcome to the biggest bridge I've ever bloody seen. Oh, where is it leading to, Kieran, I hear you ask? Well, funny you should ask. What rhymes with flauv? It's a number. All of it. Yep. That is the amount of countries my dog has been to. Oh! At the end of that bridge, basically, not just yet, because at the end of that bridge, that's where, and a little bit more driving, and another little bridge, Sweden is. You love that, don't you? Oh God, yeah, 12 countries he's been to. My aim, I'm trying to get him to 45, that's what I'm trying to do. He's 10 now. I suppose he's 10 and a half actually. Oh my God, he is as well. And I'm trying to get him to 45 countries. Reason being, 45 is the commando unit I was at, 4-5 commando. Oi, oi. And I was in the Royal, I was going to say machines then, but they're not, are they? Like, the Royal carrier bags full of yogurt. You love that, don't you? I've walked up here because I want to show you this bridge. This is absolutely giant-knocker-pod. If you don't know Denmark, have a look at Denmark. Have a look, pause the video, go and have a look at the country of Denmark. It's basically split into 3 islands. I love geography, right? And I didn't know that. It's 3 there's a lot of little islands as well, but I mean 3 big old chunks. It's almost like England's one, Wales is another, Scotland's the other. Northern Ireland's another one. All right, I didn't forget about you guys. Northern Ireland's, don't fall in there, you... What are you doing? Come on, off the bloody wall defence mechanism, boy, because, you know, I don't know how to swim properly, really, and I can't be bothered. Yeah, so that's where Sweden is. No secret, is it? It's no secret why I'm on social media. I'm on social media to use social media money, i.e. multi-billion-pound company money, use that to build a mental health retreat. I'm a landlord, you know, that's no secret either. That's how I fund my life. I'm not loaded before you try and hack me, but as long as I don't go wild, I can basically live forever like this. Don't get me wrong, you know, planning Brazil and Thailand and stuff isn't helping the old bank account. I'm aware that's where the views are, you know, so and I've also wanted to do things like that. But anyway, that aside, that's another, that I haven't even done Brazil yet, but that is in the pipeline. 45 countries as a thank you for the dog. Don't want to get dark, but one time, well, no, not one time, about 3 times he has saved me, so that's my little thank you to him. That's why I'm aiming for 45 countries. 4-5 commando, my favourite unit. Little Dora, literally look at him. Dora the Explorer, can you see him? He's just under the triangle thing in the grass. There he is, look. There he is, little Dora the Explorer. You love that, don't you? Yeah, so the social media one is 2 reasons really. First one, and the most important one, is the mental health retreat. That's it, full stop. That's my goal, and I won't stop. And I've set a deadline. If social media doesn't pay out by that deadline, only a certain amount of people know that. I'm not going to share it with you just yet. I'll buy it myself. However, part 2 is the dog. A thank you to the dog. Take him all over the world, and that's what I want to do. 45 countries, that's what I'm aiming for. Will I make it? Time will tell, because he is 10 and a half now, but that's why I take him up mountains. I'm trying to keep his little beating little heart going, and I, oh God. But yeah, I thought I'd, you know, just in case you are new here as well. Anyway, today then we're going into Sweden, aren't we? Why? Because Sweden's there. What are you doing, boy? Don't go in there. Sweden then. I have been here before, briefly for a day or two. During like military training things, so in the Royal Marines they take you to Norway all the time, and the ones who brown nose the most go to places like California and stuff like that. So I went to Norway about 962 times. Because I do not brown nose. I've never been to America, so that should be a good trip when I decide to do that one. But that's not in the pipeline yet. I've got basically the next 18 months planned out. Subject to change, granted, but planned out roughly nevertheless. Problem being, this morning where I set off today, I was that way, wasn't I? The western side of Denmark. But where's Sweden, Kieran? I hear you ask. The other side, isn't it? On the east, that's where Sweden is. So today's a little bit of a travelling day. Long story short, it's 4 hours. We've just drove 2.5 to get here, hence the leg stretch. Hence, I just wanted to see that bridge, basically, that big old bridge. That is huge. Leg stretch before we continue. There is a ferry involved today. And when I know how to do that and worked it out and whatnot, I'll try and explain it to you in layman's terms, as I always try and do. Should you want to get your little bum cheeks out here one day. Talking of bum cheeks, what is Denmark like then? Sort of like my bum cheeks. Very flat, but charming nevertheless. Do I recommend Denmark? Yeah. For the nature side of things, no. Nature to me, you need a hill at least, not you know, I haven't seen one hill in about 4 weeks since I've been here. Yeah, so the nature side is north. The Norway, the Swedens, the Finlands, all that sort of stuff. Denmark, Jesus, that scared me, that bloody horn. Denmark is not one of them, but it is beautiful. It's got the cobble-deep gingerbread streets that we all crave. Beautiful, highly recommend Denmark. Do I recommend Sweden? Oh, we'll find out in a minute, shall we? Look at this. Look what I just found. Oh, ever seen one of them before? In real life? Oh. It's been struck, look. Ooh. On the back of these, this is a 5.56 round, right? This is a blank. Hence why I'm touching it. I'm not tampering with any evidence whatsoever. Anyone who may be listening, right? Why it's here anyway, because when I say it, we're right outside the petrol station. I'm not exaggerating. But on the back of these, it tells you the country of origin and what it is and calibre and all that sort of stuff, and this says yeah, interesting. Yeah, this definitely will hurt if this struck you, if it was live, which it's not, but it is it's still an ammunition thing, isn't it? So we'll just leave that where we found it, shall we? Can you cool down a little bit, boys, as we get on the road? I love that dog. Wowza, boy. Look at that. Not a bad first stop, guys. I don't know how to say this, but welcome to Sweden. Welcome to Sweden, boy. Anyone else hot? Anyone else having to navigate the bloody woods in the middle of Sweden to stay up bloody live? This is a heat wave and a half, like. It's attacking Scandinavia, like, that ain't normal. Anyway, we're in a place called, now let me check my notes, Helsingborg. The problem is we have to walk 40 minutes, hence the navigation through the woods. We've got a dog, haven't we? We don't have to just look after ourselves, we have to be aware of others or other bloody things. Look at this. Problem? Anyway, yesterday I made a massive mistake. I picked up water from a Swedish bloody shop. 6 bottles of it, 12 litres of it. Opened the lid, didn't I? Fizz. Bloody fizz. I bought sparkling water, didn't I? A lot of it. So, long story short, this morning I did have a coffee today, and I've made it with sparkling water. My stomach's going mad. Decided to sit down for a bit, just in case my stomach decides to, or my body decides to do a number 6. You've never heard of that, have you? Me neither. However, We don't want to find out what a number 6 means. Jeez Louise. Thought whilst I'm sat down trying not to implode slash the other one, the one that goes kabosh at the same time, I'd touch on how to get to Sweden from Denmark. It is not, it is on paper and on the map, mainland Europe. It is its own thing. We are in, and this is the weird strange thing, we're in Scandinavia now, even though it's Europe. I don't get it. Like I said, I'm not an MP of, I don't care enough, to be honest with you. However, it's Europe, it's EU, it definitely is, because I've seen the little circle of stars saying, you know, for example, the toll bridge funded by EU, yet you still have to pay 60 quid to cross it. So it wasn't fun. You bought it and you're still paying, basically. Yeah. Oh no, it's the upkeep. No. How do you get into Sweden from Denmark then? There's two options. There's a ferry. That's it says it's the cheaper option. However, it takes the longest. Not only do you have to drive north to pop over, you also, you know, you're on a little ferry. There's boarding, there's unloading, there's buying your ticket, there's waiting for the thing to cross. And even though it only takes 20 minutes, it says, plus you're saving fuel there anyway. If you're up that neck of the woods as it is, if you're not, it's a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? So I opted to take the bridge. The bridge is a toll road, like I just said there. Oh, you love the fact you've double paid for stuff, don't you? It really is in and around 60 quid. However, because if you're from the same place as me, i.e. the UK, because you are not in the EU imaginary line. Anyway, you are not in the EU anymore, are you? So you get stopped, and I mean, there is a guard, there is like all this sort of stuff. I didn't see if he had any, but they check your passport. If you're outside the EU, they 100% check your passport. He didn't, and I did mention it. He goes, "Are you alone?" Hello, sir. And I was like, "Hello." I love the bloody accent. I just want to keep one. Hello. I was like, "Hello." He says, "Are you travelling on your own today?" And your duty, yeah. Look at me. Of course I'm on my own. I do not look worthy of love. Obviously I'm on my own. I'm joking. But I said I do have a dog, and he didn't give a flying sugar puff, basically. Not at all. Didn't care. So the dog can drive in here. That's where the thing with the dog ends, though. The next two, i.e. Norway / Finland, you need a tapeworm, but I'll cover that more when we pass through. You need a tapeworm treatment to leave Sweden to get into Norway. So if you drive in, get your passport ready. They 100% will check it. I opted to do the bridge. It was a little bit more expensive by like about a 5 or a 10. We're in the world of Corona here as well, not euro, be aware of that. No one will take your euros up here. They do take your Coronas though, but you're buying a Red Bull and it will say like 115. You're like, what? For a Red Bull? 115 quid? And then you get the notification from the bank and it was like £1.40 or something. That's not, that maths ain't mathing. But just a little example, it's a different currency world out here. You know, they're different countries, aren't they? Look at that as well. That one's Ukraine and there's another one there. But everywhere seems to be proud of where they come from. It's the only place along my travels, and this is during life, not just since I've started this page. We're the only country who gets like slandered and slated for having a Union, or actually it's not called a Union Jack. You didn't know that, did you? No. Who am I to say that though? Who am I? Well, I was a drill instructor in the Royal Marines. It's called the Flag Union. However, if you put that up, that's another Ukrainian one there. But if you put that up in the UK, you're a chav, aren't you? It doesn't make sense to me. Everywhere else seems to do it. This is a park and a half. There's a group of guys down there. I think they're cyclists in the red. That's the second time I've seen a community thing today. First one was the communal yoga sesh. Next one's like a cycle off. We stay at home, don't we? Scrolling. Get out and about. Honestly, just get out and about. Genuinely, like honestly, it's so beneficial to everything. That's where we'll be going in a minute. That looks Charm Burgers. There's the castle thing behind me, and this is a park, like I said. But the reason I'm here, I wanted to show you this. Wait there. See over the water? That is Denmark. But we've already been there though, haven't we? So we're not going to go back. Not this time anyway, but look how close it is. This place is absolutely spectacular. There's a proper viewpoint here. I'll see if we can get a better shot. 2 secs. Yep. Look at it. And straight away, when I entered Sweden, straight away you knew you was in Sweden. I've got a feeling these don't do things by halves. It was absolutely beautiful. You leave Copenhagen, you drive through, but not the streets, i.e. not traffic lights and stuff like that. You motorway through Copenhagen to get to the bridge I mentioned earlier on. So I didn't see Copenhagen, but that was I've seen bits of it, snippets of it. You've heard of Copenhagen, but it had nothing on whichever the first city was in Sweden. But really, it was stunning. Karnan Castle, you can get in there. The prices aren't on that. Oh, hang on, they are. Here we go. Adult, 100 krona. People under 18, free. MB visitors, I'm assuming that's like a national trust sort of thing, free, and blah blah blah. But there's no dogs, no food, no drinks, no. But apart from that, if you wanted to get an even better view of the city, because we are overlooking the whole thing here. There you go. Look at this bloody place. That's a bank. Oh, Sweden. New legend. Here's a fun fact for you. I've just checked the map. Here, this town, Helsingborg, or I can't remember the name of it, the one I mentioned earlier, is where the ferry comes to. So that crossing seems to be the shortest point between Denmark and Sweden. Yeah, that seems to be where the ferry is. And it also said online when I was doing a little recce kind of thing that it's the most frequent ferry crossing, international ferry crossing in the world. It runs every 15 minutes. So you got no dramas. However, it did say something, don't quote me on this, search yourself. It did say something about stopping around 11 p.m, starting at 9 or 10 in the morning and stopping at 11. So bear that in mind. But I can't get over that. This whole time, like a matey boy doing a lunge on top of it. Oh my, everything's showing as well. That's soon to be on our van, isn't it, boy? At the minute, I'm pretending to record this, what is it, a flamingo and what? What is going on here? Hang on, boy, we actually might have to have a look at this. Who painted that? Yeah, I know what to do. Let's, well, I was going to say something that, this is the same stuff, what's his name? Alice in Wonderland creator done, and then make a painting, shall we? The reason I was pretending to record was behind me, about 80 people having a tot. It's about 9 in the morning. I don't think these are the Ukrainian flags here, even though I'm sure it's blue on the top and yellow on the bottom. I'm not 100%. No, this is definitely it just must be the Swedish colours. I've got a little story to tell you what just happened. I'm so chuffed with that. Some elderly gentleman, right, just came, and I say gentleman, I don't say that loosely either, I mean it. They're so polite over here, like I said, with Netherlands, when they go, hello, they're smiling, they honestly mean it. Germany not so much, but Netherlands 100%. Same with this place, same with Denmark, 100 quadrillion% this place. He just came over and was like, hello, he said something, I was like, oh no. He's older, so show respect kind of thing, but I don't understand what he's saying. And I went, I'm really sorry, I'm English. And he went, boom, like instantly into English. He was like, oh, okay. I just want to say, I really like the way you treat your dog. I was like, what? I was like, trying not to, go red. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, all I'd done was move the bloody table, like move the table in the cafe to over the dog to keep him in the shade, stroked him and gave him some water. Nevertheless, that has made my day. I've been doing that all his life. Not one person's ever said that. Could be in Sweden for 2 days, 1 day, 1.5 day. Well, not even a day actually. There you go. That's the difference, guys. Get yourself over here. Oh my God. Don't make me ruin everything we've just gained, boy. Come on. The little harbour, look. This is where the, well, I'm assuming by the 9 million vans over there, that's literally the pick up and drop off point. This is Charnberg's, as you can see here. People just chilling, doing their thing, and I love it. Absolutely love it. But yeah, this must be the exact ferry crossing into Denmark. I'm really having a good time. Sweden is absolutely charming, you know. Really. Look at these bad boys just parked up next to the cafe behind you. How much is one of them then? I could probably get, does anyone want to go half as on that? There we go, like no paddle boarding on this thing. I might even go and walk down that bridge if I'm allowed, because the harbour yesterday did say, just such as like places like Devon, the beach I was on yesterday, I wasn't supposed to be there with dogs. It was one of them duty, not from March until August 31st kind of thing, but I didn't see it until I left the beach anyway. But it says there, no paddleboarding, no boat activities underneath that bridge. Just in case that's what you was planning on doing. If you didn't want to pay 60 quid and you're a strong swimmer, there is Denmark. That is the ferry port. There's another one back there as well. American school bus, why? Why not? It doesn't have to make sense to you. It just has to make sense to someone, and that's the beauty. Different lives, different takes on life, and I love it. I hope you do too. Doesn't need to make sense, guys. Car park, just checked, it's the same sort of price as yesterday where I stayed. There's a parking app, you know, a parking app you haven't got, as always. The reason being, the reason why I've highlighted that is because I'm 40 minutes away. You do have to pay here, like I said, it's a parking app thing, but look where you are. This is Swedish beach territory, right on the beachfront. But we're hugging the road to keep him out of the sun. But I'll show you, people are sunbathing, so I'll briefly show you. Look, beach territory, beautiful territory, stunning. Now the cost yesterday for me, and I'm assuming this is the same, however I'm not 100%, but it is the same parking app, was about 8 quid for the evening. 14 hours, you pay by the hour. Come here, guys. He loves the beach, but it just says to the end of September this one, you're not allowed on with a dog. I don't get that, but again, it's not our country, is it? So strictly play by the rules, even though in the UK I would 100% mug that off. I don't want to be one of them annoying foreigners. So I strictly stick to the rules here. Even that. 20 minutes north brings you here. Where are we? I hear you ask. Well, let me check my notes. Höganäs. H-O-G-A-N-A-S. Above the A are 2 little dots. What does that mean? Your guess is as good as mine. Why are we here then? Wow. But we've already seen this, Kieran. Why are you showing us the same stuff? Alright, I'll be honest, I'll be transparent with you. It's because there was a Lidl here and I needed some water after my disastrous water purchase last night. But, you know, at least we're not in Scandinavia, and at least it's not 9 grand per kilo of shopping. But we are heading north further still. I'm just giving him a leg stretch. Apparently it says here it's a quiet little harbour town, as you can see, with world-class pottery shops. So if that's your thing, you know what to do, baby. We are heading north to a place called Kullaberg. Kullaberg, heard of it? No, well, it doesn't matter. This is Sweden's answer to a nature reserve, isn't it? It says specifically online, keep your dog on a lead. due to wildlife. This is a bloody good one. There's a climbing wall, children galore, I won't show you. Climbing walls, and out there, look, I zoom in, bearing in mind we've only got 2x zoom. Slide in the middle of the ocean. You bloody love that, don't you? I do. We're not allowed on there, boy. It's still August. He really wants to go on the beach, bless him. The beach is his favourite thing. This Haganas, or Haganas, I can't remember what it was called again already, and it's been about 3 minutes since I spoke to you about it. Is charming, really charming. Restaurants, it's like a thriving. It's like the 80s or something. Everyone's out. In the UK, there's none of this. Like we've spoke about this before. But we're not here long. We're heading north to that nature reserve where they've warned you to keep your dog on the lead, basically, due to wildlife. If they say that, listen. What if God was one of us? Welcome to Cullerborg. Oh, so what dangerous animals are here then? Not for you, mostly for the dog. Let's talk about it. Wild boar, and snakes. No bears though. All good. What snakes are here, you ask? Well, the only one you need to worry about is the adder. Oh, what colour are they? Black or dark brown with black zigzag lines on them. Where do they hide? By the rocks, warming, basking in the sun, warming the little cold blood up, aren't they? Where does the dog want to go? Every single time we walk past one, to go and have a little sniff. The rocks, yeah, you guessed it. But don't worry, they're more scared of you than you are of them. That's fact. It's the only thing to be aware of. There's also grass snakes and smooth snakes here. What does that mean? They've also got butterflies. That's what that means. No need to worry about grass snakes or smooth snakes, just the adders. Some of them are jet black, some of them are... I've just bloody walked onto the rocks. This is charming, but it goes all very green and stuff down here, and that's prime place. I wouldn't be too bothered, because if it bit me, in about 2 days I'd have an adder belt. But if it bit the dog, there's a real danger it could, you know. So I will not risk that whatsoever. But this is a spot. Look at that. Right, go back up, because I need to do a little joke about Ronaldo's wife, or what's her name, fiance's ring thing spinning around for schnickety schnockety. I thought of it. I'm using it. That's where we are now. I've just heard someone for the first time getting their little bloody drone out. Look at that. I hope that's glistening on the camera, because it is in real life. I don't know what that is. If that's a normal lighthouse, I was not expecting that. First drone I've seen. I should get mine out. I just can't be bothered. It takes so long to charge. When you're in the van, it's a problemo. Look at it. What a long day. 40 minutes east of where we were, that nature reserve, you find yourself in a place called Angel Home. Stockholm. It's Angel Home then, it's Angel Home. Excuse that, by the way, I've moved a drawer, I've moved a cupboard, and I haven't been bothered to patch it up. You're not seen inside my van, have you? Hey, you love it, don't you? Hey! Angel Home. For now though, it is 8 PM on the evening, and I've been on the road all day. Not that that's your problem, but right now I'm going to spend some me and the dog time together, if you like. So that's the plan right now. If he stops crying, why are you crying? You're in Sweden then. So far, genuinely, I know I like joke around and stuff. It's just my sense of humour, it's my sort of character, if you like. That's not put on, that's genuinely what I'm like. If you don't believe me, ask my mum. But I am being serious now. Sweden, honestly, I've never felt more welcomed or more welcome in a place ever. The van scene is van friendly, like the whole entire place. The people, and again touching back on what we spoke about earlier on, the elderly gent from the cafe, he went out of his way to tell me that. That's never happened to me before. It's happened to me with You know, people I know, they go, oh, it's good. But these are people I know. Never has a stranger ever said anything about that, and it's just what I know. It's only very, very petty, but remember, I know it's cheesier than a cheese sandwich with fromage frais and a Dairy Dunker on top. But he is my version of a child. I never wanted children, kind of thing. Not yet, anyway. Especially when I found out I can still pop them out until bloody the beep happens. So I'm like, hey, Kieran, no rush. Go and live your life, son. Hand on heart, Sweden is a 10 out of 10 on the welcome scale. 10 out of 10. People are lovely. There's no problems. You know, I heard loud music earlier on, and one of the Swedish guys went over there, was like, well, I don't know what he said, to be fair, but music down straight away, and there was about 30 lads there, and I was half expecting a little gob off kind of thing, but nah, down straight away. Imagine if that happened in like Edgbaston. Matey boy you went over would be going in the barbecue, like, wouldn't he? And again, yet another example. I have got a few more days here in Sweden. I bloody love it. But we'll touch more on that and as and when, basically. But for now, like I said, I'm gonna go chill the beans. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, orange t-shirt episode. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed making it. For now then, I'm just gonna go and walk the dog and go to bed. Everyone else, thank you for watching. I genuinely mean that. Like, honestly, I can't believe the support I get, to be honest. I'm not so much on the flu snoob, more on old tickety schnockety. I can't believe it. Like, I genuinely cannot believe the love I get. Some random bold veteran who had like a super midlife crisis turned into randomly helping people, and I get support for that, and I can't believe it. So thank you for watching. Like, honestly, I hope you've enjoyed it, and all you gotta do is take care, and don't forget to bye then.